I am going to start the helmet in this video, but after finishing the previous video, I noticed something that was really annoying me about the shell, and that is how uneven the hole is at the front here. I have a model of the underlying structure I'm going to be using for the armor later on, and you can see that this is not matching up very well with his body at all. So I'm just going to do a quick little adjustment to this to get that to fit a little bit better with how I'm imagining the shell would look on his back. So first things first, I'm going to center my pivot, modify center pivot. I'm going to rotate this so that the hole is flat. Let me freeze that, and I can rotate this so it looks like it's sitting on his back a bit more. Also needs to be moved so it's recentered. Let's see how centered that is. Still off a bit. I'm more concerned with how centered the hole is than the rest of the shell. Just a little bit more. Tiny, tiny little nudge. Another tiny nudge. That's about centered to me. And rotating it until it looks about right. Mm. That's right. The tail's gonna come out the bottom, so I might as well have just a little bit of a slide to it right there. Looks like a bit more natural coming out like that. All right, modify freeze transformation. So I'm going to delete the unneeded parts now. I can get rid of this as well. Let me hide the base layer. There we go. And now I can start on the helmet. Yeah, I'll start with the plane. Rotate this up. Bring this up here. Snap that over there and snap this to the center line. X-ray mode on. Pull this back. Oops. Should probably pull the whole thing up actually. And then pull this side back. And of course, front and side views do not match up perfectly. I spent a lot of time in Photoshop trying to get these things to match, but they still don't. I like the way the front looks better than the side, so I'm going to focus more on that. And it's all right that the lines are going straight through it for the time being. I'm going to add more edges in a little bit. I'm going to enter edge loop tool, put one. I'm going to set this to relative so I can get more control over. I'm going to put this in the middle of the bars right there. Because this is the middle, I'm going to put these all in the middles as well. Like that. Right. Compromise and go a little bit between both of them. I do kind of like the almost jawline-like look to this bit right here. Shouldn't be so sharp up there. All right, I'm going to mirror this. Okay. Those should represent each of these bars right here. Bevel those, it'll thicken them up like that. Add one going this way. And now I think I'll put one back in the very, very center so it's easier to cut this in half if I need to. Just multi-cut. Cut there, and now I can get rid of those two edges. I got smoother corner like that. Here that again. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to extrude inwards first to get some thickness in that direction. Of course, that inverts the whole thing. I need an edge at the top too, don't I? Even though it's probably covered up by this thing right here, that's fine. I just need to have it there. Should probably do the same thing to the last bit. And because I extruded inwards, I have to mesh display reverse, so it's going the right direction again. And now I'm going to grab these faces. I'll extrude them out. Now, I thought long and hard about this, and I eventually decided I don't want to make these holes real holes. I want them to look like this, so I'm just going to extrude them in a little bit and then paint them black later on. And that is for two reasons. One, I like the way this looks where the face is completely in shadow. And two, I don't feel like trying to figure out what his face looks like and then model it and then hide it behind all this. It feels like a waste of time to do all that. I'm just going to push this in until it's not quite reaching the back. There we go. And I think I'll do a little bit of beveling on the inside of this. Actually, no, I should probably just only select this part. Press symmetry back on, just make it easier to select things. You are not working. World X. That's working. There we go. Don't ask me why it wasn't working. Probably has something to do with me not freezing transformations on this earlier. Now, is this going to make bad geometry here, or do I need to add more edges to my selection? Let's see. Made and guns. But I think I can fix those. Yeah, I can fix that with the multi-cut tool. Be a bit of a pain, but I can do it. There. Quads and triangles. Triangles aren't great, but they're better than n-gons. If I were to smooth this, how would it look? Well, if I were to smooth this, I would definitely want to use creases. Tools. Crease tool. Still a mess. Better. Keeping that simple. Don't like the results of the smoothing. I might just crease some more edges. That makes it faster to select. There we go. But might just cheat a little. As those triangles are really making things ugly. I was hoping this would be a little bit easier, but I had to go ahead and make a bunch of triangles. This is why I don't like triangles in my geometry. Make things slightly harder than they need to be. I hit H by mistake, that's all. As it's making this asymmetrical and I try to slide the tool, I'm just going to delete one side. Spread these out so they're not such tight geometry at the corners. So it'll round out a little bit better when I smooth it. Oops. So hard to click these little skinny edges like that. Almost done with this. Must have been gone right here, or an extra vertex left in there. Yep, didn't quite merge both vertices together. Apparently, it's happened down here too. Where else? Here as well. I convert these to add the vertices and merge one more time. Yep, there's one left in there. There we go. That rounds it out a bit. It might take this edge, slide it a bit further away from everything else, just to give this a bit more room to breathe. Oh, look, forgot another one. Hey, there's one over here too. Make sure there's room. It's back a bit just there. Missed. I just want to give a little bit of extra space behind these so they don't get so close that they start to overlap a little bit. All right, mesh smooth, mesh display, soften harden. There we go. I like that. Now the rest of the helmet. Well, at least this dome up here, there's not a whole lot of helmet on him. The dome and this bit of cloth behind him. Although I may make the cloth after I've made his chest piece, because otherwise it's kind of hard to see where this needs to go to. No, I'm not going to start with a sphere. This is my habit. I always start things with cubes because they're easier to work with. The heck? Oh, I didn't turn off the symmetry. Need the bottom faces either. How does this look if I mirror it? I see, I didn't notice that. Set this to reflection, so I just both sides. Although this can still become asymmetrical after using it. So I may just delete one side and remirror it anyway. So you can see these aren't matching up anymore. I keep forgetting, as long as this is set to symmetry, I can't do that. There we go. Flatten and recenter the middle. Just don't want that going through it so much. Like it's unnoticeable once I've extruded it though. And where do I want the holes for the antennae? Circularize. Set this to surface and reduce my radial offset. Twist. I'll make just enough the inside to hide any appearance of there being a missing head inside. Yeah, extrude this out a little bit. How the heck did that happen? Easy fix. There we go. Ish. Smooth that. And that's where his eyes are going to come through. Now, I know what you're thinking. Uh, what's the good of the helmet if his eyes are sticking out like that? I mean, they're going to get chopped off in battle. Well, the good news is I looked it up, and at least some snails can regrow their eyes. So not only can you retract them, but you can regrow them if it gets cut off anyway. I think I will make just that. Just I've got an idea as to what I'll be doing once I got the rest of this in. That's what's going to hold the fabric up later on. All right, that is a helmet minus the fabric bit. Oh boy, I have not saved in quite some time. Next video, I'll see about working on his armor.